This is North Dakota Today.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for waking up with us on this Tuesday, North Dakota Today. I don't know why I said waking up with us. You've probably been up for a while.
Well, you've been up for a while.
Well, yeah. It's just at this point when I come on air, I'm just used to saying it because I'm up early normally. But if you just got up, either way, it doesn't matter. We're glad you're here. I'm Jordan Schreier.
And I'm Jesse Ahmet.
Yeah, filling in again on the couch today. Going to be here all week as we get ready for Thanksgiving.
I know. So we started getting ready. We both had put off groceries until yesterday.
I'm still not done.
No, I'm not either. So how was your Costco run?
So yes, I went to Costco, and I wish I would have. Thinking about it now, it's I wish I would have thought ahead, like I work in TV or something. I should have taken a picture of the parking lot. Whoa, was it full?
And this is like the middle of the day. Or when did you go?
I would say it was about 10:45. Yeah.
Yeah. So the morning.
Yeah, the morning.
Oh my gosh.
I swear I parked in Horace. It's in the Costco's in West Fargo, and I swear I parked in a different zip code from where I had to get. I have never had to park that far away from the Costco door ever. And granted, I am lucky because of my schedule that I get to shop at times when most people are working.
But I don't know if you turned out any better yesterday.
No, I think it was nuts the whole time.
Yeah, it was, because I was there in the evening, and it was, just crazy
like after
busy.
Work evening?
Yeah, like 6-ish.
Okay,
yeah, right in prime. Like, oh boy. Yeah, I walked in and I was like, oh, this is going to be so bad. You just have to okay, I'm going to have some patience.
Okay, speaking of, we'll get back to the shopping in a minute, but this reminds me of something that Oprah says when I watch her, and I struggle with patience. I really do. That's just me as a human. And she goes, when you ask God for patience, he doesn't just give it to you. He gives you a line at the bank.
Yes, I know. I remember hearing that when my kids were young, and I thought, one day, as my patience is being tried for the 80 millionth time with a 2 and a 1-year-old, and I thought, what could I ever need this much patience for? And then it hit me, teenagers. And yeah, I was right.
I thought you were going to say Thanksgiving shopping at Costco.
Well, Thanksgiving shopping at Costco, too.
So it was so busy.
It was.
Yeah, it went well, though. It went well. Everything went good. I think we kind of had some similar places that we hit up. We hit up the liquor store section for a few drinks for the Thanksgiving, and then the food as well.
Oh yeah, and they weren't out of anything though.
No,
were they out of anything that you needed?
No, I think when they are getting ready for a Thanksgiving meal, that has to be like a military operation.
It does, yeah, seriously.
Like the person in charge of the Costco kitchen should be the president because I'm sure that they are the most organized person.
It's got to be.
And just like, we're rolling, we're running. We got to make sure this stuff is done. Because
get it out, no kidding. That is a military operation when you think about it.
Whoever that person is, give them a raise because boy, it is some good work they're doing.
Seriously. Okay, did you happen to go by the pumpkin pies?
Yes.
They're this big.
The size of a tire.
They are, and they're like $5.99.
So cheap. I almost bought one because I was like, I can't even buy the ingredients for $5.90.
Exactly.
$5.95 or whatever the heck it is that you got to pay. But then I was like, Jordan, you're going to throw half this pumpkin away.
Yeah. Well, I thought I will eat it all. I won't wait. I will probably eat it all, and I don't need to do that either. So we should have bought one to share.
We could have cut it in half. We could have had the whole thing.
We could have shared with the newsroom.
Well, yeah, there's enough. We could have shared with a small village.
Seriously.
That's how big these pies are. No, I didn't get them, but I did get the little danishes that they have, the cream cheese filled danishes. Love that. And then last night, every Monday night, a friend of mine comes over and my cousin is there, and we watch The Golden Bachelor.
Oh, fun.
It's our Monday night thing. And so we always make a nice meal. And so I bought the pre-made Costco meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Oh, I bet it was great.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was nervous
about it. You
about
never know about meatloaf.
Exactly. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
And it was like $13.
Oh,
for
seriously?
the thing, a big chunk of meat, this huge thing of mashed potatoes too. And all you had to do was put it in the oven for an hour.
Oh, I walked by all of the, the pre-made stuff that they have.
I walk by it all the time.
I know, and I want to buy all of it and never ever cook again.
Oh my gosh. And then, so I got my food stuff that I needed to, kind of, except I needed onions and tomatoes as well, and I didn't want to have enough
You didn't want a bushel of onions?
No, I didn't need a bushel of onions. But of course, when you're at Costco, then you also just walk around around.
Yeah.
And I like to say Costco tells me what I want.
Oh, that's a very good way
You know,
to do it.
like
Yes,
I
I might not
the
know what I want.
aura of Costco be one with my soul, and I get things. So they had a 4-pack of candles for
Okay.
$20.
Oh, nice.
I need a candle like I need a hole in my head
Right,
because I
but-
have candles all over my house already. But for $20 for all of them,
Such a good deal.
it was a good deal. Anyway,
You can't
can't afford not to.
No, you can't afford not to. So all the different Thanksgivings, I mean, there's so many, everybody's looks different, right?
yes.
Some people are just, everyone gets along and the in-laws come over from both sides and they have one big Thanksgiving.
What have you done previously?
Not that.
On purpose or it just happened?
Well, just didn't have. My parents live far away too, so there's
Okay.
driving and travel involved. But usually in-laws on like Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
And of course, it varies over the years. When the kids are small, we'd go stay for a long time. But in-laws do things different than you're used to. And that sometimes is great. You might learn some new things, and sometimes there's a little conflict.
A little difficult?
A little difficult.
Yeah, I haven't been like home on Thanksgiving in a long time. I work, and then like this year I work, and then on previous years I was dating someone.
Okay.
And went to their Thanksgivings.
How was that?
I learned 5 days is too many days.
Oh yes, 5
Thursday,
days.
Friday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's a lot
Sunday.
of days.
Too many.
No, I think they say 3, right? Don't they say 3?
Well, okay, so I called my sister, and I was like, what do I do? Help me. And she was like, ooh, rookie mistake, Jordan.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
She was like, I have a one-night policy.
Oh, one night.
Yeah, and I took that policy and ran with it.
Nice, but it's just so different. You know, they however nice they could be,
Or not.
They do things different than you do, and you just kind of want to be in your own home. And
You do?
Yeah, some people I love the Macy's Day, Thanksgiving Day
love the
parade.
parade, too.
Love the parade.
But-
In-laws, all football.
Yep.
It's like,
well,
where's the parade?
And so then that's the problem. You get into these like little things where you have disagreements.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing, and I talked to my friends about this as well, and I have not found a good consensus. Do you need to get along with your in-laws or not?
Well, I know. I feel both ways.
Yeah.
It's beneficial to get along with your in-laws.
It makes life easier.
It does.
That's for sure.
However, I don't feel like if it's just that and you have a great relationship and it's just the in-law thing, you can get over it. I don't know. What do you think? Can you? Maybe not.
Okay, so I go both ways.
Yeah.
On the one hand, I go, well, of course you'll get along with my mother. She's great.
Right.
She's my mom.
I love her.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you? Why don't you like my family? I think they're wonderful.
Right.
And so, granted, I've never had the experience of someone saying they didn't, but I have definitely not gotten along. I'm not married, by the way. It's just from people I've dated and seen their families. I have not got along with some of them.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Is it a deal breaker?
It leads to a lot of fights.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah,
You know?
somebody, when you said that didn't like your mom, I thought, well, of course they like my mom. That would be hard if they didn't like my parents.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. It could be a deal breaker.
I mean, we're not together anymore, so maybe that's what it was. No,
Yeah.
that wasn't what it was. But anyway, I think it's so interesting because then another part of me goes, well, but you're not dating the in-laws, you're not married to the in-laws,
Right.
you're married to the person, but yet when you marry into the family.
You do, yep. And you're going to have all your holidays and all your important events with them.
Yes, and if you have kids, that's grandma and grandpa.
Yep, that's true.
And so are you going to sit there and be like, no, we're not going to grandma's and grandpa's because I don't like going to their house.
Right. I think it depends on the spouse's attitude too. You know, like if you feel like the spouse chooses you or they choose their parents, you know, if you feel like they choose you, I think you could deal. But if you feel like they're always choosing their family, then it might be a deal breaker.
That is problematic.
Yeah, it
when
is.
you get something and they don't back you, they back the parent.
They back the parent. I think that's where it becomes a deal breaker.
And so this is the other part that I think is so interesting. Like when you go to weddings and you hear them like read the sermon,
Yeah.
They literally say, man, you shall leave your mother and father.
Right.
And wife, you shall leave your mother and father,
Right.
and you will become one.
In the Bible.
Literally. What in front of the church, they're telling you this. And so part of me is like, yeah, you leave your father and mother. Like they are no longer the
Right.
the pulling force.
Right.
But boy, let me tell you, that umbilical cord is attached still.
Well, some people more than others, for sure. Some people maybe never got clipped. I don't know.
I think if my mom wants to, she could yank that thing right back, and I'd be like, okay.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah. It's just a really interesting.
It is, and we're coming up on a time
conversation.
where you deal a lot with in-laws. So.
Well, and you could have multiples too. I mean, especially
Yes.
if one parent has been remarried, or with
Yes.
what families are nowadays. You could have 4 sets of in-laws.
Easy. Yeah, you could have 8 Thanksgivings to go to.
Yes. And I think it's just so crazy. And I know, and we have to go quick, but I really do think we'll both agree on this. Just, it's not worth ruining your life over something.
Totally agree. Yep, totally
Yeah.
agree. You can bring a bottle of wine and make it through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone can give and take.
Totally. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
okay, just try to make the best of it,
Make the
everyone.
peace.
And if you do love them, that's a wonderful. We're maybe a little jealous.
Very jealous. Yeah.
Okay, well, you're also going to be jealous if you don't stick around for the whole show today, because, boy, it's a good one coming up. How you can support local veterans and take in a Fargo Force hockey game. It's after the break.